Oops. There you go. Oh, come on, really? I guess we'll sit in Zatsu for a while then.
終焉のビルシュエラーサルベーション
Let's get down to business to kill some royals. Well, maybe. I don't know. Depends on what the royal family does, I think.
Push.
Alrighty. Ooh. There's everything. Food is on its way. I do not have live 2D today. I'm not sure what's going to happen with live 2D for the foreseeable future. I do have live 2D on my main phone, but so basically what happened? My dad's phone is super old, super archaic, and really will not let him make calls or texts anymore because it's a 3G phone. It's so old. So I've had to give him my spare phone that I use for live 2D. I just don't have I don't have my current iPhone set up with live 2D yet, so we'll for the next maybe this stream and couple of streams be without live 2D. Just because I need to, I mean, it's not that much of a setup, but yeah, it's just I need to figure out stuff with it. Well, not really. It's just me being lazy mostly, but yeah. So we are, for a recap. Oh, right, I don't have. So we are in the cave. Anku's just ran off. And has seemingly been attacked. Eve is probably dead. Anku is probably fine. But yeah, everyone is dying. And shit's gone south real bad. Really, really bad. I asked as I put away the medicine while Adolfo rolled down his clothes.
何が言いたいんだ?
Adolfo turned around and looked at me with a stern expression.
まさか自分から犠牲になって国と民を救おうなんてことを考えてるんじゃないだろうな。
The royal family has just told the entire city, not the entire city, the entire country that if we offer up Zarias as a sacrifice, the city will be cured of the curse. Which we know is not true. We know that's a lie, but well, the characters don't, but we the players do. I couldn't hide anything from Adolfo. Just a little. No, to be honest, I am thinking about it. I thought I could atone for my past sins by saving everyone this time. I don't want to commit any more sins and fall deeper into despair. If the announcement had been made by Sheehan, I might have made my decision without a second thought.
バカバカしい。その呪いを解こうとした女王を暗殺した連中の言うことなんて信じるな。俺たちが誰よりも先に呪いを解けばそれで済む話だろ。
As expected, Adolfo blew away my doubts. You're right. I don't think anything they said in that announcement is true. But I thought that maybe we could use it to our advantage and see what maybe they might be basing their ideas on. They clearly mentioned that death and the Lycris Nuages were needed for salvation. They must have had a reason for saying so. If it's too dangerous to go near the royal family, maybe we can ask Eve about the Lycrises. He must have thought that I had a point, because the normally stubborn Adolfo fell silent. If I could manage to make a convincing argument, he might actually agree with me. Oh, I need to make a save before this, I believe. Yeah, create save file. Save file 2. And we say you don't have much time. Your and Lucas's lives are about to end, whether we stay in hiding or not. Being too careful will only make matters worse. I don't want Nadia to experience the sadness I felt back then. When I learned Adolfo wasn't going to become a reviver, when he was lying to me all this time. Was he lying to me all this time? Why wouldn't he want to live? I nearly lost all hope that night.
確かにあの叫びはなかなか答えた。もう一度あんな顔で訴えられたら勝てる気がしねえな。
Do you mean?
今まで散々我慢させてきたんだ。その分お前が望むことは可能な限り叶えてやりたい。俺もあんな放送を流した王族どもに文句の一つも言ってやりたいと思っていたところだ。
Right. Thank you, Adolfo. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait for Anku to return since he's the one that knows the details of the curse. I'm sure the important parts are going to be interfered with like before, but whatever he says will still be important.
ああ、そろそろイブが保護してるはずだ。あいつからもクデンとリコリスについてもっと詳しい話を聞く必要が。
I think Eves is hella dead. Suddenly, before he could finish the sentence, wind from the ocean blew into the cave. The breeze drifted between us. The normally salty air carried the scent of iron. Adolph and I immediately looked towards the cave entrance. Oh shit, we could see a mob out in the distance and we knew neither Anku nor Eve were among them. Adolpha! What could we do? There was no place in the cave we could hide.
俺から絶対に離れるなよ。
Another response. Hello! Welcome in! We've just started. We've got an angry mob coming to brutalize us. So, yay! Happy times! Adolfo grabbed the bed sheets in one hand and took my hand with another. Time to flee! Time to run away! He pulled us into the shadow of a sharp rock formation that jutted out of the cave wall. We kept quiet and...
リコリスの花畑の近くにこんな洞窟があったのか。
聖女様は間違いなくここにいるはずだ。俺たちが助かるためにも何としてでも捕まえるぞ。
We heard the footsteps of the mob approaching us from afar. The residents of Kuin. Sharp clanging sounds from their makeshift weapons carried into the cave and echoed.
リコリスの聖女よ、どうか我らをお救いください。私たちにはあなたの力が、血と肉が必要なのです。
You all suck. Oh, I believe my food has just arrived. I think my food has arrived. I need to get my food. My breakfast. Mickey D's. Put it full of. I originally wanted something else, but what I wanted is not on the menu until lunchtime, and I'm impatient. I'm impatient, so I ended up getting breakfast menu items, which is not bad. It's just not usually what I like getting. We need your blood. You need to get a brain for yourself, for fuck's sake. Stop listening to the royal family. The royal family sucks nuts. I haven't had an iced chocolate from McDonald's before. It's not bad. I can recognize some of the voices. The mob sounded familiar. The mob sounded familiar to the one that came to the orphanage back then. A chill ran down my spine at their request. In contrast, Adolfo seemed about ready to burst out and give them a word or two. But he was doing his best to restrain himself as one of them came into the light and came in with a light to brighten the room when suddenly...
走れ
Right. He threw the bedsheets over the mob as we both ran out behind the door.
なんだ
They must have been on edge already, hearing that the saint would be in the company of death.
ちょっと生贄が逃げたわよ。早く追いなさいってば。
We quickly ran past the mob and made a mad dash towards the entrance as they struggled with the bedsheet.
今のが本音だなとことん腐り果てた連中だ
Yep, they suck. We escaped the voices of people asking me for salvation, and Adolfo led the way through the field of flowers. We did our best to try and avoid breaking the lycrases, but it slowed us down considerably. Still, we continued as fast as we could so that we could rejoin Anku and Eve. We're gonna find their dead bodies. We'd reached the grave of the Guardians of Lycaris, which was in ruins. Oh shit. The current descendant of the family was lying face down in a pool of red blood. We could smell the iron that we'd recognized earlier. And the winds must have carried it to the cave. His hand was latched onto a large sack, soaked in red. Lucas, baby! It was our teacher, with his back facing us.
龍か
Lucas!
ん
At the sound of our voices, Lucas turned around with a blank expression. He was wearing the same clothes as Barreau. But more shocking than the cruel truth we were faced was the slightly open sack that was weighed down with its heavy contents. I'm sorry, is that Anku's head in a bag? Is that really Anku's head in a bag? Wait, it can't be. We had stumbled upon the scene of a crime. But he didn't flee or prepare to fight us. He seemed to be looking past us with bloody eyes. I could hear his heartbeat from here as it screamed in a plea for life. That's Lucas. I prepared myself for the idea that he really was Burrow. But I never expected I would find him to be a complete stranger.
そいつを離せ
Adolfo pulled out his sword to prepare for battle with the infamous killer. But even at the sight of the sword, he didn't do anything. Sensing something wasn't right, Adolfo began speaking instead of fighting.
何が目的だ兄が殺人鬼なんて知ったらナディアがどう思うと
Adolfo said something simple and...
な。
Yeah. Bro is fucked up. Bruh. Lucas mumbled something as he continued to hold on to the sack with Anku's body inside.
神よ。私は。
Emojiing. Oh. Do I have chat on emoji only mode? I don't, do I? I would be stupid enough to do that. How do I tell? I'm not, okay. Just double checking. Sorry, no. Nomming on whipped cream. I forgot to ask for no ice in my iced chocolate. Which I know it sounds like makes no sense, but... Yum. Chocolate milk. Okay, okay.
彼女に。天使に取り付く化け物を。
No, there is no... No.
退治いた
Free
しま
my
した。
baby. Free Lucas Proust, please.
だから、どうか、ナディアを、あの子を、助けてください。
Huh? Wait, how are you? How is your morning?
ここにずっと入院してた女の
Or
子、
afternoon?
どこに行ったんだい
I don't know what time it is for you. For me, it's 10:40 a.m.
まさか。
変な想像するなよ。単なる店員だってよ。
なんでも
I swear to fuck. If Cappuccino's turned her into that monster again, I'm gonna fucking... I'll become the Joker.
カプシーヌ先生が懇意にしている恩人のもとへ治療に行くんだとさ。この間教団の信徒に運ばれていくのを見かけたよ。
No, free her! Free her from Cappuccino!
これからも服従を誓います。もう二度と啓示に抗うこともいたしません。
Lucas is too souped up on fucking Delulu drugs. He prayed so desperately to the heavens with eyes that had lost their sanity.
ナディアを返して。私よりも先にあの子を死なせないでください。
Lucas.
あんた
It was undeniable that he stole the lives of those close to us. But seeing him pray so desperately and earnestly left me at a loss for words. I didn't know what he meant by returning Nadia either.
どうやら戦う前に事情を聞く必要がありそうだな。
Adolfo kept his guard up as he lowered his sword. But in that moment... Oh, for fuck's sake. Of course she's here, motherfucking bitch. Yeah, thanks, Salome. Fuck you too. An arrow flew from behind and struck Adolfo in the shoulder. Adolfo! Adolfo quickly pulled out the arrow. The wound wasn't deep, but the arrow's point had still had a trace of strange coloured liquid, which is probably some sort of poison. It looked like some kind of poison or sedative. So yeah. I was right. This mysterious scientific benefactor is Salome. Before I could call out to him, Adolfo's strength quickly left him and he began to stagger. Before he could fall, he quickly stabbed his sword into the ground to use as a crutch. Adolfo shouted as cold sweat began to form on his face. But I can't leave you alone out here. Even if I did try to make a run for it, it was too late. The mob we escaped were beginning to surround us. There must have been around 20 people. More than the group that entered the cave. Likely joined by the others who were on a similar search. Fuck you all suck. Hey! Trust me. It may look like the timer in the corner may say we've been going for 41 minutes, but we haven't. Most of the time was me getting ready. So you have not missed much. We've been chased out of the cave. It's more that I started the stream early, way before I was ready. But yeah. Basically, what happened is we escaped the cave. We found Lucas over Eve's seemingly dead body with a giant sack that has Anku's body in it, and now we're being surrounded by an angry mob who wants to kill us. And Salome is somewhere around here shooting arrows at us from a distance as well, so yay! The family's all together! Not in the way you wanted it, though.
お迎えに上がりました。さあ、私たちと共に城へと参りましょう。
Bullshit.
私たちにはあなたが必要なの。どうかこの国を、私たちの命を救って。
The mob slowly enclosed us without showing any signs of it, showing any attention to Lucas, who was covered in blood. I spread my arms wide in an effort to protect Adolpha, but perhaps it was interpreted differently by the mob. Seeking salvation, the mob quickly rushed towards the Saint of Misfortune. They were pressing against me from all sides. They grabbed me. Not my arms. They grabbed not my arms, but my body. They clung to me with their nails, biting and tearing at my skin. From behind, I felt someone pulling my hair so hard it felt like my head would come off. The supposed escorting was nothing but violence that gnawed at me from every angle.
セレスに触るな。てめえら都合のいいことばかり言いやがって。今までこいつを散々死神呼ばわりして蔑んできたくせに何を。
Adolpha gritted his teeth and pulled his sword out of the ground, using his other arm to break through and pull me back to his chest. The mob took a small step back when they saw his ferocity and drawn sword butt.
だからそれは悪かったと謝ってるじゃないか。
Yeah, we're so sorry. Like, we're so sorry that we ostracized you for your entire life and called you nasty, nasty names and threw rocks at you and, like, dirty water at you and treated you like you were less than dirt, but, like, please help us now, please. Fuck these people suck.
聖女なら謝りさえすりゃ優しい心で許してくれよ。今は緊急事態なんだ。もう俺たちに代わりになる命はねえんだから。
A vein appeared on Adolpha's forehead again. Adolpha glared with cold eyes at the mob who flinched in fear.
もう代わりがないからか。
They're not even trying.
なら代わりさえあれば自分の行いを後悔することはなかったってことだな。
それは。
Adolpha ignored him and continued.
今改めて確信した。
Yeah, exactly. Sorry for abusing you your entire life. We didn't realize that we could use you for our benefit. Basically, we didn't realize killing you would be better for us.
この国の倫理観が歪んでいるのはリライバー技術が原因じゃねえ。自分たちが短命と理解していながらリライバーという奇跡を当然のものとして享受し、命を使い捨ての資源とみなし。
See, and he's saying, I know your lives are short.
呪いを解こうとも23の時を超えるためにあがこうともせず怠惰に時を過ごし、いざ自分の命が脅かされれば手のひらを返したように他人に責任をなすりつけようとする。 シアンが起こした時間稼ぎの奇跡に感謝もしねえ。お前ら国民と王族どもの少年が原因だ。そんな人間、仮にこいつが本当の聖女でも
Basically,
救いたいと思うかよ。
Adolfo spoke with a sword pointed at them in self-defense. If anyone dared to step forward, I was sure he would kill them without mercy. Good. Adolfo was well known for his skill in fighting. Even with the drug from the arrow, they knew they stood no chance against him. They slowly backed away when... Suddenly, one of the men pushed someone forward. Is it gonna be Hugo? Wait, Adolfo!
助けて聖女様
Oh. Okay. I already hated these people, but fuck these people even more. Do not send a child. These assholes. Using children for pity points? Fuck this group. And they literally push this child forward? I hate this.
呪いが消えないともうすぐ僕のお父さんが死んじゃうの。
The figure that was pushed out from the mob was a young boy much shorter than Adolfo. Adolfo quickly stopped himself just before the blade touched the child's head. Adolfo! As if waiting for the right moment, one of the men quickly moved behind Adolfo and struck him with a piece of wood. Man, fuck these people. These people don't even deserve life. Blood splattered over the face of the boy Adolfo was about to strike.
僕
聖女を独占するなんて、さてお前が聖女を捕らえていた死神だな。
The men who used the boy as bait quickly charged with bloodshot eyes and began striking Adolfo as he was protecting me. Blood spurted from his head and painted the lichrices around us. Stop! From Adolfo's arms, I did my best to shout at them to stop, but they wouldn't listen. I looked at Lucas, but he was just standing there in confusion.
何が聖女だ。こいつは何の力も持たない。ここに幸せになる権利を持っているだけの普通の女だって昔から言ってきただろうが。まだ言うか。
Adolfo's words only made them more mad. One of the men raised a large branch high into the air to finally kill Adolfo. Yeah. There's no way he would be able to avoid death now. We promised. But it was my fault. My fault. That I was destroying my own wish. I don't want that to happen. But simply pleading for the mob to stop wouldn't do a thing. In that case... Stop this at once! I shouted at the top of my lungs. I felt as though my voice would tear through my throat. I'd never yelled so loudly in my life. Everyone's movements came to a halt. I think the reason they can't do that, though, is that it would affect them as well. It's like, they would all die. Even Ceres and Adolpha. Any guilt I once felt for causing misfortune had disappeared completely. I took another deep breath, reflecting on the anger boiling inside me and thinking of a way to convince them in all of their delusion. It is I you have come for it is I you have come for to seek salvation. You know very well that there is no returning from death, yet you would take another life so easily? Or do you believe becoming a Reliver will absolve you of the guilt of your sins? I shouted with all my might. I will come with you only if you cease this violence. If you dare harm my family again, no one shall save you from eternal death. I relied on my pent-up anger to play the part of a dignified saint. The mob quickly knelt to the ground. I hate all of these people.
我らが間違っておりました。どうか慈悲の心にてお許しを。
セレス。
I'm sorry, Adolpha, but I couldn't come up with any other way. If I didn't stop them, you would have died. The violence ended, but Adolpha was captured as a hostage with his arms bound to prevent me from escaping. The residents then brought me down the path toward the center of the country, all while expressing their worship of me. As we left the area, Lucas saw us off in silence, still holding the sack with Anku's body inside. The royal guard appeared, hearing a report of my capture. They led us to the castle once infiltrated. Once infiltrated. Adolpha was left behind the institute, while I was led to the audience room. The royal family that determined the fate of the country looked down at me from ornate chairs as I was forced to kneel before them.
これが支援者の申していたリコリスの聖女とやらか。髪の色以外はありふれた小娘だな。
I looked at everyone with caution. From their demeanor and the tone of their voice, I could understand that their announcement was just a lie.
父様、この花もどきの女のおかげで我らは不老不死の肉体を得ることができるのですから、せめて表面上だけでも敬意と感謝を示して差し上げないと。
Her voice sounded awfully
よう
familiar.
やく呪いから解放され、何をせずともこの若い肉体を保つことができるようになるのですね。
I looked up to see a woman with a veil over her face sitting next to the man I believed was the king. Her body, her hair color, and her voice. Everything about her was the same as someone I knew very well. No, it can't be possible. Is that Salome? Salome is not even the fucking assassinated queen. She's the princess. I wasn't sure if she was just pretending not to know me, or maybe she just looked awfully familiar. As I looked on in
さ
confusion,
て、ではリコリスの聖女よ。お前には我々が不老不死となるための礎となってもらう。
either Salome or a dupe Reliver, yeah. The king brought out a book. He then went on to tell me the unreasonable fate he had in store for me. It was a journal left behind by the drifter which they had robbed from a certain family. Flowers in the Flowers in the Armeridicae family, such as Higginbana and Lycorises, possessed a biochemical that caused allelopathy. This suppressed nearby plant growth and kept away pests and harmful microorganisms. There was also a unique effect that attracted specific components from the soil and air. In other words, the Lycorises weren't flowers of misfortune at all. Their allelopathic effect actually protected the country from toxins, which were the true source of the curse. Sorry. It was in mine. It was in my one. The flowers are protecting the country by absorbing the toxins found in the soil.
その通り。そしてあなたはあの黒き花園で生まれ落ちたことにより。
Yeah, we have the allelopathic gene pretty much.
リコリスと同じ土壌の毒素やその他の成分を宿すアレロパシー能力を持って生まれたのですよ。ブローが回収したあなたの新鮮な血液からそれが明らかになったのです。
Thank you. God knows I have many of them. With that, the man pulled out what looked like a medical file from the hospital that contained information about my parents. It said they committed suicide in the Lycoris forest, Lycoris field, when my mother was pregnant with me. He calmly read from the file that my parents were weak in health. Yeah, really. No, it's okay. I hate these people too. He calmly read from the file that my parents... Thank you for the follow! Thank you. Nerd yourself. And I was born with mutated genes due to my environment.
あなたのその能力を利用すれば我らの遺伝子を汚染する毒素を取り除くことも不可能ではないと専門家が言っていましたよ。
Me? I'm supposed to be like a Lycoris Noage that weakens the effects of the curse?
その通りだ。調べさせてみたら驚いたぞ。あの忌まわしい女の死体を捨てた場所と全く同じ場所から我らの救いとなるものが現れるとはな。
Oh, she is. She is. She's the daughter of the assassinated queen. No, okay, that's what it is. Salome isn't the assassinated queen. The assassinated queen is probably Cereza's mother. Yes, Virche, Evermore, Era Salvation. This game is very fucking good, so it's nowhere near a failure, my friend. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's a dark game on purpose. The young king laughed heartily, saying that I was a human Lycoris Noage. So the reason those around me died from the curse, and the reason Eve's face was burned in that fire, everything, it was all because of my ability to absorb and emit toxins just by breathing. Science had proven that I was death. That alone was a truth horrible enough to make me want to kill myself, but my mind stopped short of the madness. I mean, it's an Otome game, so people who are looking for this game will be Otome game fans. That's kind of what the target audience is. My mind stopped short of the madness. I needed to restrain myself so that Adolfo would remain safe as a hostage and... because a certain doubt came to mind. These people... none of them seemed surprised or concerned when that book was read and the truth behind the curse was made known. On the contrary, they understood everything. It was as if they knew every part of the book already, and simply recited it from as though there was nothing special. Suddenly, the image of what the Queen left behind in that diary returned to mind.
光栄に思うがよい、小娘。
I mean, yeah, that and Virche Evermore is the English name of the game, because this is a Japanese-made game made by a very, very popular Otome game maker. Like, I don't know. Monster, I'm assuming you're not very... you don't know exactly what the Otome genre is. So I understand you're speaking from an outsider's perspective, but I can tell you that within the niche of the genre, no one's having trouble discovering this game, which is, you know, the area that they're targeting. The Automate, the company who makes this game, like the publisher company, is super big. Way, way big. They don't need help. They can name their games whatever they like, really. Their announcements are well followed by the fandom. Fandom? Otome game fans, I guess. It's a visual novel. Most people will play it themselves. And again, if you're using Twitch views, that's no. Just because not many people are you can't conflate Twitch views with popularity. I mean, yeah, but I don't agree. Like, this game sold really well for what it is. I don't know.
貴様とブローが捕らえた不死の化け物。貴様たちは我らの悲願、不老不死を叶えるための礎となれるのだから。
The curse had been connected to the royal family from the very beginning. The audience hall shook with enthusiasm of the royal family's applause, and the audience hall doesn't seem to give a shit either. Okay, thank you for popping in, though. Yes, but the point is that Otome games are not really designed with a mainstream audience in mind. They're really not. So, I don't know. Yeah, for me, they're not made with a mainstream audience in mind. It's a niche genre specifically for fans. Like, yeah, like, Otome games aren't Call of Duty or Modern Warfare, where they're built with the lowest common denominator of gamers in mind. They're just, for me, it's just it's conflating two different methods of game making target audiences. Like, no. The things that mainstream audiences would like are not catered to in Otome games. In most visual novels from Japan, it's just they're not. it's conflating two separate things in my mind. Like, sorry to get, like, defensive, but I don't know. For me, that was just a whole lot of coming out swinging at a niche genre just because it was something that you don't understand. Like, that's just me. If you don't understand a genre, that's fine. But being like, I had issues with the way that person delivered their message, I guess, you know? Like, it's not difficult to be like, I don't understand this genre. The title of the game is confusing for me. Do you mind explaining it? Like, I feel like things could have been worded better on their part, IMO. No, it's okay. You weren't failing at anything, it's fine. It's just, yeah, if you don't understand something, you could come in and be like, oh hey, this title is really obscure. Do you mind explaining a bit about the genre for me? Like, open minds, please. For me, it was just like their comments, like, imagine setting up your game for failure by giving it... I'm sorry. That could just be me projecting, but I don't know. I'm not gonna... it gives me a little bit of a bad taste to come into a stream that is obviously playing a game in a genre, in a medium you don't understand, and then just kind of ripping it apart for no reason. But that's just me. Anyway, I kept hearing them talking about eternal life and eternal youth, but along with time travel, those were miracles that had not been accomplished by either science or acts of God. Despite their apparent confidence... Wait. I thought you were going to use me to break the curse and save the people. Of course they were only thinking of themselves. Nothing from their previous announcement was brought up. I mustered the strength to speak up, but they only blinked in response.
何をバカなことを。呪いを解くのは我ら王族だけに決まっているだろう。呪い自体が完全にこの国から失われてしまったら、
民を絶対服従させるための切り札。死への恐怖がなくなってしまうじゃない？
Oh, wait. Could Salome be Marionette's twin sister then? Could they be twins? The woman tilted her head in a sweet way. What? What are you saying? Maybe, I don't know. You could be right. I mean, what they come in with, what is that game name? Imagine setting your own game up for failure with a title like that. I don't mean in terms of quality, but discoverability would not be good with that kind of title. Bringing up reviews from critics and users. I don't know. You could be right, but I don't know. These people, they had no interest in lifting the curse. Instead, they wanted to use it to exploit the people of the country. That was why they kept the truth hidden? It made sense now why they assassinated the Queen for investigations, and Chien for trying to create stronger relievers. Unbelievable. The royal family is rotten to the core. I don't know, like... I think, yeah, the way it was worded is what ticked me off, I think, the most, unfortunately, with that. like a different way, like coming in with a what is that game name? Imagine setting up your own game for failure with a title like that. Again, I am not neurotypical. I don't tag it because I'm not officially diagnosed medically, but like I've had enough people confirm for me who do know what they're talking about, and I was told to get diagnosed as a kid, but my mother did not give a shit enough to actually go follow through with it. So yeah, coming into a chat with, especially with text over online interactions, the tone was just a bit too like a bit too rough for me. It would have been very easy to be like, I've never seen a game with this kind of title. Do you mind explaining it to me? I don't understand. But yeah, anyway. Moving on, I'm just glad that they didn't escalate. I'm glad it didn't escalate into anything more than that, but yeah, I don't know, the tone that was used when they came into my chat was a bit too much for me, personally. It's fine to not understand something, but it felt derogative to me. See, okay, but back to the game. This makes me believe that maybe Marinette, the princess, yeah, Marionette, is maybe identical to Salome, but is perhaps a twin sister, because, like, again, I grew up hearing from Mother throughout my childhood that the royal family is rotten to the core, as well from whispers around the orphanage. I had heard of their tyranny, which extended to the Royal Guard soldiers who carried out their will through violence. There was a reluctant part of me that still wanted to see them as the rightful rulers of this country. A part that believed that they might protect their people in the event of a crisis. But the reality was that they cared for no one's interest but their own. As if I weren't there, the king and the princess began to speak as if singing.
あの悪趣味な男の実験を財を惜しまず支援し続けてきた甲斐がありましたわね。あまりにも進展がないから本当に実現可能なのかと何度疑ったことか。
Experiments? The king laughed at my curiosity.
どうせ近いうちに消える命だ。
Oh yes, please, be arrogant. Tell me everything even though you think you're going to win.
我らはこの数十年、人間でもリライバーでもない。
Oh, right, and that's where homunculi came in, right? They wanted to make a form that's better than humans or alivers, and that's why they gave Jean what they needed for homunculi research, and why they gave Capuchin what they did for genetic research.
思案を超える完璧な生命と呼べる肉体
Okay, yeah,
を
so I was
作るため
right. Their
様々な実
supporter
験を行
was
って
a
きた
member
の
of the
だ。
royal family.
我らが真に望むは呪いをたやすく弾き外界の人間をも凌駕する不老不死の肉体。
Yeah, exactly.
そしてそれを獲得した上での絶対的な権力。
あなたもそれを実現させるための実験や計画について多少は耳に入れているのではなくて？
Even though I didn't ask, they were carried out a way Even though I didn't ask, they were carried away by excitement and explained further.
まずは私たちの言うことを一切聞かない上、呪いに抗おうとしたシアンの排除。けれどあの男を殺しても権力を得る前に私たちの命が尽きては意味がない。でも言い方を変えれば、シアンに匹敵する天才さえ他に存在すれば問題ないということになるわよね。
Yes, tell me your master plan, so I can foil it. Monologue for me. Monologue for me. She explained that they had finally found a way to create a new genius to replace Xian, one who could be
シアン
controlled.
の記憶をベースに他の記憶データを掛け合わせ、本来は存在しない私たち
Oh,
に
was
従
that what their
順な
plan
科
was
学
for
者とい
fucking
う
Mathis?
偽の記憶と人格の構築。それを汚らわしい娼婦たちの細胞から作られた
Yeah.
特殊なホムンクルスに落とし込めば。
Oh god, that's why the prostitutes were going missing.
ほら、機嫌を伺う必要もない新たな傀儡。
Oh,
Yeah.
and
天
okay,
才
yeah, they were
を
taking
誕生
the
させることができる
prostitutes'
のよ。
memories and were probably gonna put them into Rosalie's body, right? That's why they took her from Jean, because they were going to use her body for it, turn it into a homunculus. I'm morally against this. My heritage is not your fucking costume. Joking. But like, come on, man.
壊してしまったリライバー技術
As a
をね、
homunculus, this hurts.
そのシアンもどきに作り直させるつもりなの。 だってそうでもしないと私たちの施しは全てあの男ありきになってしまうでしょ。
The king continued, saying that they already had the technology at hand to create the genius they needed.
そのシアンもどきにリライバー技術とは別にあの悪趣味な遺伝子操作による新たな生命の創造技術を取得させることで死にも老いもしない我らだけが独占できる新人類としての肉体を作らせようとしていたのだが、しかしやはり奇跡の一種なことだけはあり、これがなかなかうまくいかなくてな。だが貴様があの不死の化け物をこの国に呼んでくれたことで状況が変わった。あの化け物の血肉を素材にできればいかなる最悪がもたらされようと我らが滅びることはない。
Fo? Have you known me for at least a year? Yes? I mean... Yeah, it's at least 2 years now, isn't it? What, I sent you your birthday present in November last year. And at that point, I'd already known you for several months. And... it's July, so November is another 3 or so months away. July, September, August, September, November. Yeah, it's about 3 months away. So yeah, it's been, yeah, probably closer to 2 years. Bet sending you something? Okay. I'm gonna open you up on a different tab. Ooh, wait. Pause. Reading. Complaint. I don't know if I can do this, Fo. I'm sorry. It's asking for my state and my zip code. I don't have a state or a zip code. Because I don't live in America. We don't use states or zip codes. I would love free pizza. But yeah, I'm sorry. Just because, yeah, it's asking for city, state, and zip code, I don't think I have anything they would accept. I'm sorry. Yeah. Sorry, I don't think I can be a reference for this, Fo. I'm sorry. I would if I could, but yeah, I think just because I'm foreign. Yeah. Just because I'm foreign, it might not work. You could ask Eddie if you haven't already. Eddie's probably, Eddie might work. I mean, unless you put, like, under state my suburb, and then under zip code you do my postcode. You could try, but I also don't want you to, like, I don't want you to put me down and then get, I don't know, blacklisted or rejected because you've added someone who's out of country. I mean, what, you've got 0, AJ. Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure you should have at least 6 people. We've got 0. KJ. You have 4 total. I mean, no. I don't want you to lie. I need 3 neighbors and 3 landlords. Okay. I was gonna say, like, I don't know, you could just put down a random American address, but my phone number would also be foreign. I don't know. I don't think it's, for legal reasons, I'm not going to ask you to lie on your job application. Yeah. I'm sorry, Fo. Yeah. Do not lie on security clearance forms, though, yeah. I'm sorry, Fo. I'm sorry. Oh, but by the way, Kaze, I just saw the photos you posted into the Discord. They're gorgeous. Bright and colorful. Ooh. I like the negatives. So what are you just needing, like, 2 more regular people? I mean, you can ask, like, KJ and 0 and the group chat we don't use anymore. Although, I'm assuming at this point you have a secondary, chat room with, with them that doesn't include me. Oh. I mean, if you need 3... Yeah, I imagined. I imagined that's why the other group chat we were in kind of died and hasn't been used since April, because you guys... I just assumed you guys moved to that chat. Yeah, I assume it doesn't have to be neighbors. I'm assuming you could just use locals you know. So long as you're being honest with who they are and where they live.
その前に立ちふさがる最大の障害、毒素による生まれながらの遺伝子汚染もあなたの犠牲でどうにかなる。私たちの政治に必要不可欠な強烈な感情。今回一時的にとはいえリライバー技術を失ったことで得た、いえ思い出した死への恐れも。
Which means you can ask multiple people if there's a apartment complex right next to you. Cheese that, or I guess... no. Different apartments in an apartment complex would be considered different households. But yeah. I'm sorry, looking at all this stuff you're sending me for, I'm like, yeah, nah, job hunting in America sucks. If this is the kind of shit you're asked, nah. Yeah, I'm sorry for... I really do hope you find people. It's not a normal job of the house. Oh, okay, okay. Okay. I mean... Does it have to? I mean, I know they say for someone who has known you a year or more, but is there really a way for them to quantify or confirm that? Because you could be like, well... Like, you could... I feel like you could easily fib on that aspect. Like, oh no, yeah, Bob's totally known me for longer than a year. Ooh. Oh, they're asking for your traffic violence. Yeah, no, yeah, I am completely understanding why they're being this thorough then. With the type of job you're applying for, yeah, I get it. I understand why they're being this thorough. Okay, yeah, I guess. I'm trying to be vague so I don't, like, say anything that, puts out too much information for foe, but yeah, I can understand why they're being thorough now that I've seen what exactly the job application's for. Hmm. Well, do you have to know them closely? Because, I mean, if... I don't know, they might be overstepping boundaries, never mind. Because, like, do you have to be, like, super, super close friends for a year? Or just, oh, hey, they know me and think I'm chill for a year? Because, like, you could use, like, online friends that have... I mean, I don't know. I mean, they might have to be locals. I guess that's kind of what neighbor means. Yeah, exactly. Hmm. Mm. But, I mean, okay. In the neighbor references, right? But even in the neighbor references, they're, yeah, provide information on 3 neighbors. But they have an option to list the state. Why would you have to list the state they live in if it's specifically asking about locals? So I feel like you can ask non-locals. Because why would they ask for that? It doesn't make sense to me. Or like, what about your mum and dad or your brother? Do they have friends that you could use? Because, like, you could use your mum's friends, your dad's friends, your brother's friends who know you. That too, yeah. Like, you can use neighbors that... You can use neighbors from your old house or your parents' house. Which is your old house, I guess, sorry.
実験動物どもを用いたメモリーの耐久実験によって引き継ぐことが可能になるみたいですし。
Okay, you hated them, but did they hate you? Like, if they liked you well enough, then it doesn't matter. Oh, true, yeah. I do remember that.
これで必要な条件は全て揃った。
これもあなたのおかげよ。一部の民からは死神と呼ばれているそうですけど、私たちにとっては間違いなく幸運を呼ぶ聖女ですわね。
The king and the princess spoke happily about what was a tragic situation for the country.
不老不死さえ手に入れば、この先いかなる奇才が地に降りようと、我らの立場が脅かされることはない。
Eternal youth and life. The ability to never age or die, a form of technology that the Rev Pure family seeks to establish by first creating a replacement version of Xian, who can then create a new life form through genetic engineering. I guess that's a good idea, but I don't know, would a church let you join if you're not religious? I feel like they would say no.
Xian を廃した今、この国を真に 永遠に支配する権利は
They would if they were a good church, I suppose, yeah. Also, I mean, I don't want to give out too much information about Foe, but also, your parents have a religion already that is not Christian, so they might not. I don't know. I don't know how your parents would react to finding out you've joined a Christian-based church.
完全に我らレーブポワール家の元に戻ってきた。
I'm trying not to say too much, sorry. I don't want to accidentally dox you somehow. In response to his wide and defiant grin, the royal family broke into hideous smiles that could hardly be called human. It was the face of evil itself.
シアンブロフィワーズを呪いに耐えうるリライバーを開発する前に殺せてよかった。
あの小賢しい女と子供を真実にたどり着く前に排除できて本当によかった。
これでもうこの国の伝統を脅かす者は
Yeah, the assassinated queen is just dead.
もういない。
Pleased by their own machinations, they smiled the victorious smile of a demon. God, these people suck. After meeting the royal family, they sent me into a dimly lit prison cell until they could get some test prepared. The fresh blood on the floor and walls made it likely that this place was frequently used. They shackled my arms and legs with iron chains. Or start going to a pub. Do what my dad does. Go to a pub. Hang out with the dudes that play darts there and make their friends. Although I guess, yeah, they need to know you for a year. No, it's okay. I'm your friend, Foe. Like, honestly, I'm kind of happy that you asked me because friendship. Thank you for asking. Like, thank you for even considering me. I'm sorry I can't help you because I'm not American. Nor am I living in an American address. If they would accept foreign people, absolutely I would have put my name down, but yeah. Just because I am foreign, I don't think it would work. Sorry. And you could always just try asking Eddie, even though you don't think she would. Thank you. You don't have to, though. It's a shame Kaze doesn't live nearby you, Foe. Otherwise you could use him. Buddies. Nah. I hope you do find someone, though. And, like, if you don't have to use locals, you could try asking Eddie, I guess. No. It's okay. I've already had breakfast, so I probably wouldn't be able to eat anything more today anyway. Despite their weight, I folded my hands in front of my chest. Please, I pray that Adolfo is safe. Adolfo wasn't deaf. He had nothing to do with the curse. I mean, you could ask. I mean, that actually is a good option to be like, hey, ex-wife, I need a better job to provide for the daughter we have, so reference me, please. I understand that, but if you really, 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 really need it, I don't know. It's up to you at the end, but yeah. I was hoping that would be reason enough for them to not use him as a test subject, like Anku and me. I looked around the cell at the end of the iron bars. There was no one from the Royal Guard here. I couldn't even resist them in self-defense. They must not expect me to attempt escaping. True. Yeah! I think anyone that sees you often enough would count, right? I'm death. They proved it through science that I really am death. You were the one at fault after all. You killed us. We could have lived longer if you didn't exist. You made a sinless child suffer the burns on his face that will never disappear. I tried to deafen the voices in my mind, but the chains prevented me from covering my ears. That's fair. Damn you, death. Some saint you are. Your existence worsened the royal family. If only you had never been born. Be quiet. Ugh. You don't have to tell me that. Despair finally began to take hold of me. I had managed to hold back my tears all this time, but not anymore. Go shower, Lick? Enjoy your shower and lurk. Bye-bye. Anku's offer made my wish a possibility, and Adolfo's presence gave me hope. I had never once forgotten how many people I've killed. I kept in mind that, even if I did become a normal human, I would have to pay for my sins one day. But the truth is suddenly revealed, proved that I betrayed Adolfo and Eve, who befriended me. There was no way I could continue wishing to be a normal girl after knowing the part I played in their misery. The ray of hope I'd seen in Adolfo slowly began being shrouded by despair. My head was spinning with guilt. I was so disgusted by myself that I felt as though I could vomit. My eyes burned with tears as I remembered the corpses of those I'd killed. I would probably take judgment into my own hands if I oh god, girly! Someone save my daughter, please. This must be God's message from heaven telling me not to escape my sins by committing suicide. I reluctantly agreed. I can't drag Adolfo and everyone else into my despair. If I was going to escape from life, it would be after I liberated everyone from my misfortune. I needed to save Adolfo, who was probably locked away like me, and Anku, who was in a terrible state. God won't save me if I cry in here doing nothing. I roughly dried my tears with my sleeve. Moving my arm made a lot more noise than I expected. Rattling chains echoed throughout the cell.
あれその声まさかセレスさん
My baby! Mathis! My baby! Mathis! I was surprised to hear someone call my name in a place where I thought I was all alone. I dragged myself as far as I could in order to go through the bars of the cell. That voice! Oh no, it's Dahut! I thought it was Mathis. Oops. Fake fan can't even recognize Dahut's voices from fucking Mathis's. I hope he's not dead, okay? Is that you? Dahut? Suddenly from the cell next to mine.
ああやっぱりこればっかりは予想が当たらないでほしかったです
Although I am so glad Dahut's still alive as well. The last time we spoke, he said he would be heading back to the Institute to get more information about the Lycrases. We each explained our situations while trying to keep our voices down. Dahut's voice was weak as he spoke. Oh yeah. Oh, stretching. According to him, the royal family ordered him to get rid of Xian and take over the institute in exchange for their support. Because of his respect for Xian, he avoided doing so with the reasoning that Xian hadn't caused any trouble justifying removal. He managed to sneak into the archives himself to gather information on the Lycrases when... Oh. He witnessed a secret meeting between the princess and the man who analyzed my blood from Barreau's halberd, Dr. Capuchin. In fact, Dr. Capuchin was really Aughty, the mad scientist who had committed horrific murders at the Institute and beyond. Dahut overheard that the Society of Exorcists were conducting inhumane experiments deep beneath the hospital, and they were working with the direct support of the royal family. The mysterious deaths and the disappearances of the prostitutes were all planned by Capuchin to fulfill his and the royal family's wishes. It was also Capuchin who kept my parents' death records at the hospital, which detailed where and how I was born. Dahut tried to leave quietly to inform us about it, but he was caught just before he could escape. He was later forced to meet with the royal family so that he would assist with their plan.
でも協力なんかするわけないですよね。だってあの人たちの掲げた救済は全部真っ赤な嘘なんですから。その計画にうなずいたら最後、僕は母もナディアも救うことができなくなってしまう。
Dahut did what he could to convince them of another way to achieve their goals. But Dahut's resistance finally angered the royal family to the point where they took matters into their own hands and killed Xian.
僕の尊敬する人も言える人になんてことをしてくれたんだ。
Okay, so Xian is actually dead proper for real.
で、馬頭と一緒に怒鳴りまくったら、とうとう見切りをつけられちゃいまして。
And you've been locked up here ever since. I could hear Dahut sniffle and say he was sorry from behind the wall. Dahut, baby!
呪いを解きたいってあんなに偉そうに言ったのに、成果を出す前にこんなにあっさり捕まっちゃいました。しかも僕の調べていたデータを漁られて、ノワージュ家のお墓の位置を知られてしまって、リコリス・ノワージュの本来の能力やあなたの秘密まで暴かれることに。
Yeah, because Dahut would have had all this information.
やることなすこと全部裏目に。アドルフさんにも
Oh, Dahut!
申し訳ないことをしました。
I love him so much. It's not your fault, Dahut. We were being monitored by someone from the very beginning. It was only a matter of time for us, even if you didn't get caught. I could hear Dahut faintly mumble words of
不
thanks.
老不死なんて途方もない話を王族に吹き込んだのは
Exactly.
カプシ
You
ン。
need emergency nuke files.
いえ、オーティさんでしょう。
Dahut explained that Order used to work at the Institute, and he had a grudge against him and Xian after being
理
exiled.
想の遺伝子人形を作り、思い通りの花嫁にするためなら、どんな実験結果のおこぼれに預かるか、研究ごと強奪しようとしているのかもしれませんね。
He then told me his heinous crimes Order committed, and for the love of genes that he dealt. He then told me of the heinous crimes Order committed, All for the love of genes and the double helix, which he was so entranced. Even the Institute didn't know how many had fallen victim to him, how many of them children. I was completely appalled by what I was hearing, but then a horrible truth came to mind. Wait, wasn't Capuchin? Wasn't he in charge of Nadia? Which means she's in danger. Lucas's change must have also been related to him somehow. We need to escape from here. As soon as possible, get away from him. I need to make another save file. Yes, take another save. And then we've got 2 more choices, but apparently we've got 2 more chapters left, so... We need to save Anku and Adolpha. Dad, can you first help me save Adolpha and Anku? I think we're going to need their help in order to save Nadia. Dad?
あ、いや、ごめんなさい。
No, it's okay. Enjoy your lurk.
どう答えればいいものか迷ってしまって。力になりたいのは山々なんですが、一緒にというのはちょっと難しいかもです。
What do you mean? His faint voice was a whisper, absent of his usual carefree tone. Oh. Did they do something to him? After taking a deep breath, Dahat finally answered my question.
真実を知った僕が今まで生かされていたのは、不老不死の計画が破綻した場合、シアンさんに代わり新たな国立研究所の所長として
Yeah, they're gonna turn
就
him
任
into
さ
the
せるためでした。
homunculus.
でも不死の生物を捕獲し、あなたという呪いへの対抗兵器を手に入れた今、計画に反対した僕に存在価値はない。
Yeah, it's just that, okay.
彼らが作り出すシアン酸もどきがきっとその役目を果たすことになるでしょう。
I couldn't see him, but I could tell he was trying to put on a smile. I understood what he was saying. I would kill someone as death yet again. He agreed that it was a great way to get rid of the curse. He didn't laugh at my wish. He looked towards the same goal as I did. Absolutely not, Dahat. We've got to find a way to get you out of here together. Nadia was looking forward to seeing you again too.
ここで僕が消えたら、代わりにアドルフさんが見せしめとして処刑されちゃいますよ。
Ooh, you've inspoed? I'm here for inspo. Dahat laughed, saying I didn't need to worry about him.
これでも一応それなりに王族に愛想よくしてきたんで、きっとすっぱりすっきり苦痛なく処刑してくれるはずです。
Oh. You practice. Don't give up. I'm sure there's a way to save you too. I thought you were going to revive your mother back into a human body. Before I knew it, I was yelling with a shaking voice as tears flowed around my eyes. Even if it didn't help, I didn't want to lose a friend who had the same wishes I did. Oh. Sorry, I'm giving my face a wee wipe. I did my best to convince him, but
その夢はあなたたちに託します。
come on. Energy drink, do your job. I didn't have much time left. Right? I could hear footsteps coming from afar, signaling his coming death. If only I didn't tell you about wanting to get rid of the curse.
もうダメですよ。その先だけは言わないでください。
I wish I could make music. Genuinely, I do, but I'm stupid. I'm talentless.
僕は危険を承知の上であなたに協力することを決めたんです。もしもこの国から呪いが消えたら、母が普通の人間として蘇ることができたら、どんな風に生きていこうとか、長生きした僕や母、そしてあなたたちはどんな老人になるのかな。もしかしたら国の外に出れるかもとか。見たこともない未来を想像する楽しさをあなたたちは僕に教えてくれた。短い間でしたが、すごく幸せな時間でしたよ。ありがとう、セレスさん。僕に諦めた夢をもう一度見せてくれて。
Dad. I didn't have any time left. I couldn't stop him or help him escape. If so then, I'm glad we became friends. You can't imagine how much your support gave me as a friend and scientist.
この年齢になって新しいお友達ができるとは僕も思ってませんでした。ではそんな大事なお友達へ、僕から最後の贈り物。一緒にこそいけませんが、僕が今から言う策を使って大切な人を助けてあげてください。 ナディアのことよろしくお願いします。僕が死んだことは気づ
Dahut.
くまで黙っていてあげてください。
No. Ah, I hate this. I'm gonna turn my fan on. I keep micro napping, and I don't want to micro nap anymore. Ah! No. No. I'm already crying because of Gabe. Don't make me cry because of sweet chat messages. I'm gonna die from the sweetness, thank you. I might not have much going on my little slice of the internet, but it's my slice and I fucking love it, okay? Thank you. Thank you for joining my little slice. This little slice is important to me. I know! That is why you don't discredit Otome games. So many people hear a Otome game in here and see that it's dating game for women and just go, oh, then it's bad. Or it's sloppy or not as good. And I'm like, no, bitch! If any place, this is where you get the best writing! I mean, sure, some Otome games are but... yeah. Like, just because something's not, like, targeted at you mainly doesn't mean it's not good, you know? Like, I'm not a Call of Duty player or a Modern Warfare player. I greatly dislike those types of games, but am I going to sit here and pretend that the story might not be good? No. Some people say that the story campaigns are great. I'm sure, you know? Like, so many Otome games have amazing stories in different genres too. Like, for example, right? The game we played before this was called Radiant Tale. Completely different vibe to this game. Radiant Tale was whimsy, high fantasy, fun, slice of life, super duper colorful. Maybe got a little bit dark at points just for character backstories, but like that's like baby's first trauma story. Like it's very, very light. Radiant Tale was super, super wholesome, bright color fantasy. This is Depression, the video game. Exactly. See, exactly. Radiant Tale was so wholesome and fluffy. You get so many different vibes. And I'm just gonna say, you don't really get this type of writing a lot in Galgare. Just saying. Yes. I will. Dahut quietly told me his plan as the footsteps approached. Then moved to the corner of my cell. I then moved to the corner of my cell to avoid suspicion. I gritted my teeth and tucked my knees in to keep myself from screaming. No, Dahut, please! Not Dahut, please!
こらこら、ダメですよ。若い女性もいる場所で そんな物騒な言葉を使っちゃ。
No, I genuinely love Dahut so much. No. At least with Mathis and Shien, they died off screen, so I didn't have to fucking see it. But this is cruel. When Dahut stepped out of the cell, I saw that he was much haggard than before. He was dragged by his chains, just as he passed in front of my cell. He winked with his usual charm. Do your best. I could see him mouthing the words with his lips. He didn't hold a single grudge against the Maiden of Death who brought about his demise. He simply showed me his usual bright and cute smile that he had shown many times since we had met. At least we're together, you know? A few hours later, I hate these people. A few hours later, a royal family member came down to tell me they had killed Dahut as painfully as possible. The way they did it was... Oh, fuck off. I hate these people! By stabbing him away from critical areas of his body with as many swords as possible, making him suffer until he bled to death. It wasn't an execution, but cold-blooded murder by heartless, mindless demons. The young man tossed a tuft of Dahut's hair covered in blood and smiled with glee. I hate these people!
あなたは間違っても私たちに逆らおうなどとは思わない
Fuck
ことです。
you, your death will be slow and painful. I will rip out your insides and fucking feed them to you.
でないと
No, it's okay. I'm
この
sorry,
男のよう
Kaze.
に無様な最後を迎えることにな
I
りま
promise
す
you,
よ
I promise you the next game we play is not gonna be as dark as this. I promise. I couldn't get angry. I couldn't yell. I needed to act like a helpless, cowardly girl. I forced myself to tremble as obviously as possible, which seemed to satisfy him, and he left shortly thereafter. After hearing his footsteps disappear, I crawled towards the front of the bars of the cell. I somehow grabbed the hair covered in blood with the tips of my fingers. Dad. I held what was left of him close to my chest. I will escape. I promise. I'll rescue Adolpha and Anku, and then we'll go look for Nadia. My anger changed to strength. Yes! Rain, you understand me. A fellow glass enjoyer. The funny thing, the phrase, there's a phrase in the Otome fandom called eating glass, where, basically you go, you describe something like this as eating glass, and eating glass being your favorite pastime. So you seem like a fellow glass enjoyer, because I will admit, I do love eating me some glass. My anger changed into strength. I am not going to let the likes of them use me as a sacrifice. I had made a lot of mistakes in life, but this would not be one of them. Even if I end up dying, I want to make sure I use my life to save someone I care about. I made up my mind. With a silent vow, I tucked this lock of hair into my pocket.
「レイブ・ポワール家は自己顕示欲の塊です」「シアンさんを殺したことでそれはさらに肥大化するでしょう」だからきっと実験や検証を開始する前にあなたというリコリスの聖女を 民衆へとお披露目し、
Mm.
権威を示すはず。そこが脱出を試みることができる唯一の機会です。その移動のために研究所を通ったら、隙を見てシアンさんの研究室へと潜り込んでください。
Mm. I understand, yeah. I guess I don't know. It's I will say, yeah. I don't judge too harshly. Yeah. Like, I typically don't enjoy harem stuff with a male protagonist. Especially in terms of anime. Like, most harem anime I don't enjoy. I think in recent memory, the only one I enjoy watching is like... I really enjoyed reading, specifically reading. I didn't really watch the anime. I read the whole first series of Rosary Vampire. I keep pronouncing it Rosario Vampire, but I know that the O in Rosary is silent. But Rosario Vampire I did enjoy when I was a bit younger. I've heard Monster Musume is okay, but those kind of harem shows I just tend to not like, personally.
あそこは研究室を除いて最もセキュリティに優れた部屋にして、誰も寄りつかない穴場ですから。あえてそこにあなたのお仲間、死の番人さんが閉じ込められている可能性が高いです。
I mean, to be fair, as like, yeah, I'm non-binary, but my preferences do, my tastes, I guess I should say, do skew more feminine. So I enjoy the way, I tend to enjoy the way shoujo and josei muke stories are written than shonen stories are written, if that makes sense. Yeah.
扉の開閉ぐらいでしたら、シアンさんが研究所を出る前に僕に託した所長代理権限。
Which is also fair. Ooh. I forgot I signed up for this. Clinical trials. I forgot I signed up for that. Like, once in the middle of last year, I signed up for like, hey, if you want to join a clinical trial for money, type 2 diabetes, don't fit that. Oh yeah. I do not have a type 2 diabetes diagnosis yet. I'm getting close. Almost there. Hibiscus study, what is that? Nope, do not qualify for that. Oh god, reimbursement up to 3,900 before tax. Whale study. Okay, you know. Do not clarify for that. Hello study. The randomest shit. Treatment of fungal toenails. Don't qualify for that. Got reimbursement 7,000 before tax. I'm remembering why I put my name down for this now. Oh, sorry, I missed the last few messages because I was reading shit. Just curious what shows you may not know. Oh, yeah. I'm down for that. I mean, like, I've been meaning to set up some watch-alongs in the Discord eventually anyway. I've just never felt that, like, the Discord's active enough for it. So I haven't actually done anything, but something like that, yeah, I'm down for. But yeah, looking at these reimbursements, I understand why I put my name down. No, my BMI is too high for that one. Damn, I don't qualify for any of these. Boo! Oh well. Sorry.
扉のつまり王族が見せしめとしてよこすだろう僕の肉体の一部遺伝子認証システムで解除できるはずです。
Oh, okay, that was a part of the plan. They would have used Sheen's blood to get in themselves, but probably wouldn't know about Dahut's access rights.
彼を助け出したらアドルフさんと交流し裏口
I'm
を使
so
って
happy I don't have to do my
研
taxes.
究所から脱出して
I
くだ
live in a
さい。
country where your taxes are done for you. Ah, beautiful. My taxes are done by my employer. And they're done before I even get my money. I don't gotta think about anything. Even my Twitch money. My Twitch money goes to an accountant service and they do it for me. I don't gotta think about taxes. Unless it's return time. Mm.
もしお披露目の前に研究所を移動する機会があれば下見や下準備を念入りにしておいてくださいね。
And those were Dahut's last words to me. See, we don't have tax fraud lawyers. I mean, you can still, like, if you are self-employed, you have to do your own taxes. But, like, if you're employed by someone else, you typically don't have to worry about it. You only really have to worry about it if you own a business. Culture shock, American. Booga booga booga. As he expected, the royal family announced that they would reveal me to the public in a few days. They deceived the masses into believing my death would bring them salvation. Naturally, the country was in an uproar as they waited, so the announcement was likely made to settle them down for now. Guess what, Kaze? If I need to call the ambulance to go to the hospital, guess how much it is? It's only a $90 donation that you can deny paying if you're too broke. Booga 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 booga. Be surprised and shooketh. Lamau. I bet you're crying in American right now, aren't you? Ha. Although, to be fair, even though hospital care is free, the wait is egregiously long, so it may as well. Yeah. I will say, though, just because our emergency health care is free doesn't mean the quality is good. If you need to go to the hospital for anything that's non-emergency, you could be waiting for a while, if not all day, to be seen. We still have problems. It's not all peachy keen over here, like... I mean, it's still better than America, but, you know. Lamau, I'm sorry. Even if my sacrifice did nothing to break the curse, they would likely just reinstate reliable technology as a shield to prevent the country from causing a riot. I could imagine that much without needing to be told explicitly. A few days later, they began managing me as an actual saint. They made sure I was given sufficient food to eat, and that I'd be in good enough health to take part in their experiments. They moved me from a room much cleaner than I expected, and did not resort to violence against me. They also replaced my chains with rope to ensure that I wouldn't get injured by the metal shackles. Because of their intensive care, my wound from Lucas didn't hurt anymore. In order to deter me from running away, however, I was told over and over again about Dart's final moments, which only drained me of my energy. Hey, remember that friend of yours we killed, by the way? Yeah. Stay in line. Yep. I pushed tears through my eyes so that they would believe they succeeded in breaking my spirit. I'm used to being told horrible things. I reaffirmed my vow that I wouldn't let his sacrifice go to waste, and one morning...
外に出ろ。研究所にて遺伝子の再検査を行う。
They opened a door to my room before I was even shown to the public. Yeah, it is 12:30 p.m. for me, so it's 1/2 lunchtime. It's 1/2 noon for me. They opened the door to my room before I was even shown to the public. It seemed they ran out of blood samples from the halberd. They wanted to extract more of my blood at the joint laboratory for their experiments. The guard led me through a quiet area inside the institute. Those we passed were either the royal guard or researchers without their lab coats, which made the place look unusual. I wonder if the royal family terminated the old research staff so that they could do whatever they wanted. I wouldn't be surprised if they did that. I sighed, completely distrustful of the royal family. It didn't take long for me to spot the room where I was supposed to hide when I made my escape. Xian's laboratory. Could Anku really be in there? I wanted to see how he was doing, but I couldn't make my move just yet. I wonder if he's regenerated already. I remember his argument with Adolpha when Anku said that he could, no matter how bad a state he was in. If that was true, he should already be alive and well by now. But I was still worried. Ooh? What game? Is it a horse game? Is it a horse girl game? With like everyone else? I haven't started playing yet. I have it downloaded. I haven't opened it up yet. I held back my desire to look and continued following the soldier past the room, burning its location to mind. Oh! What's that? I was like, ah! What? We arrived at the laboratory and stepped inside.
やあ、ご機嫌うるわしい。
You're gross. I hate
美しきリ
you.
コリスの
Bad
姫
touch.
君。
Bad touch. Bad touch. Bad touch. Bad touch. Bad touch. Bad touch.
君と再会できる時を心待ちにしていたよ。
Conversely, he was the person I wanted to see the least. He was standing in the middle of the laboratory as if he owned the place. Orty? What are you doing here?
おや、以前会った時は敬意を込めて。
No, fuck you.
カ
You
プ
don't
シー
deserve
ヌさん
shit.
と呼んでくれていたという
I
の。
want to feed you your own insides.
それに、その名を知っているということは。
Orty. It's such a gross name as well. I heard everything about you from Dahat, including the crimes you've committed.
ああ、あのナディアに慣れ慣れしく近づく子供のリライバーか。奴にも随分と煮え湯を飲まされた記憶があるよ。
Capuchin then said he was relieved that Dahat was dead. Those inside the laboratory looked like his followers who were working for him as researchers. So he was the person who gave the royal family the idea of immortality. Nice. He was the mastermind behind everything. He was the reason why she and everyone else were killed. Sorry. Lamau. It feels like the Society of Exorcists has taken over the entire institute.
あながち間違いではないよ。今の私はこの施設の全権限を得ている立場だからね。王族どもはあの男もどきのホモンクルスを作るつもりだろうが。そんな半端者に私の才覚や研究が劣るはずがない。このままこの国の技術を独占させてもらうよ。
I don't want to listen to him gloat. I need to get more information from him. Where are Lucas and Nadia? Blah. If you've harmed them, I'll never forgive you. I won't cooperate with your experiments either.
ナディアはともかく連れを切り刻まれておきながら君も大概を否定したね。
Because you fucking deluliofied him. You brainwashed him. Just answer me. Capuchin laughed, hearing me try to keep up a strong front.
ナディアに関しては心配いらない。彼女は将来私の花嫁の一人となる美しい遺伝子の持ち主だからね。
God, you are fucking gross. Ugh. Bad touch. Yeah, I hate him so much. He's so gross.
信頼できる人と場所にそれは厳重に保護してもらっている。
If you've turned her into that fucking monster thing again, I swear to fuck. Capuchin chuckled, saying he wasn't referring to the hospital, so trying to escape there and run. Trying to escape and run there would be useless. A chill ran down my spine at the thought of this man targeting Nadia to satisfy his disgusting tastes. What about Lucas?
不死の男を届けさせた後、教団の本部で血を吐き倒れ
No,
たから
he is
姿を見
also
か
not
け
my
てない
favorite
な。
person. Like I said, I want to feed him his own insides while he is alive. Vomiting blood. That's a symptom of the end stages of the curse. You're the one that was ordering Lucas around. Why aren't you trying to save your subordinate when he's dying?
あんな狂った遺伝子の化け物。誰が好き好んで飼い続け
You're
る
the
もの
one
か。
that made him insane, you dumb fuck.
シアンを排した以上、あれは用済みだ。こちらに牙を向く前に死んでくれるなら、それが一番ありがたい。
Oh, fuck you. And here I was thinking Camille was a major cunt. Fuck this person. I hate this person. At least Jean's dead already. You are not dead, which makes you the top of my I hate you list.
あいつの代わりになる遺伝子人形ならいくらでもいるのだからね。
Why you? I couldn't hold myself back any longer. How could someone use people like tools and just throw them away without remorse? I lunged at Capuchin, but the soldier pulled on the rope that I forgot was binding me.
ああ、美しい肌に傷を
Go
つけて
get
はいけない。
him! Rip his eyes out! Shove them up his ass!
研究が成功した暁には、君の美しいリコリスの遺伝子も
You are
私
so
のコレクションの
gross!
一つになるのだ。
Oh! Bad touch! Bad touch, bad touch, bad touch! He stared at me with heat in his eye. Gross.
大
Giving me
体
shivers and not in the
殺
fucking
人
good
鬼の
way.
心配などをしている場合かな。君の大事な大事なお兄さんが
No! What?
今もなおこの中で苦しんでいるというのに随分と薄情な
Oh, is this
妹
going?
だ。
Is this where we're gonna find out what exactly is up with Adolpha? Is he immune? Is he just resistant? Huh? Wait. Why hadn't I noticed? Why is the equipment active? I didn't recall seeing an active capsule the last time I was here with Dahat. I thought you summoned me here to draw some of my blood. Ignoring me, he gently swept his fingers across the stone slate glowing with words.
どんな生態かもわからない不死の男の遺伝子を尊き方々にいきなり組み込むわけがない。まずは不要な存在を用いた前実験を行い、さまざまな試験をクリアしてからだ。
He gave a wide grin. The smile on Capuchin's face was just as warped and as hideous as the royal family's. Huh? I went pale as I looked in front of me. In the middle of the room was a large capsule floating in midair. Inside were bubbles that rose to the surface and popped. The liquid inside swayed back and forth. I could hear the faint voice of someone drowning inside, gasping for relief from the pain. The silhouette inside was very similar to someone I knew.
どうだい？なかなか見応えがある実験だろ
Adolpha.
この中に満たされている培養液にはね、捨て身で採取させたリコリスから抽出した呪い、毒素がたっぷり詰まったエキスが大量に含
Oh
ま
my
れているん
god,
だ。
they're drowning him alive in poison. What? What is he saying? Doing that mean the person inside would...
数分もしないうちに死亡する。だ
Is
が
this where we're gonna find out that Adolpha's
君とあ
immune?
の不死の男から採取した遺伝子の出番だ。
because I still do strongly believe he's immune somehow. And that it's going to tie into how he and Anku are similar. He was planning on using my genes, which possessed an allelopathic effect stronger than the Lycra's to absorb the toxins. Then his experiment would be complete once he could confirm that Anku's cells were able to regenerate the tainted genes. Capuchin explained everything with glee.
だがいざ実践してみると、これがどうしてなかなか難しい。
But trying...
実験体として使った死刑囚は皆、毒素を吸いすぎて息絶えるか。拒否反応による過剰な細胞分裂に耐えきれず、醜い肉塊になってしまったものだから、私も実験体不足で困ってしまってね。
Capuchin raised his arm into the air. Yep. I love it. I love hate it. I hate Capuchin. I love the story. Capuchin raised his arm into the air.
ちょうど余っていた人間を有効活用させてもらったんだ。
He smiled broadly. He then slammed his hand onto the stone slate. Suddenly, a crack appeared along the surface of the incubator of life. I honestly am fucking loving this game so far. Even though it's sad, depressing, and dark, I love it. Eating up all the glass. It broke apart, and from inside, Adolpha! A human came tumbling out of the capsule, along with a large amount of clear liquid. Adolpha! I broke free from the soldier and ran to Adolpha using one of the shards of the ground to cut the rope from my wrists. Adolpha! Adolpha! Just hold on! With my hands now free, I frantically shook him, but he didn't seem to be breathing. It can't be. My curse had caused Adolpha's death too? My foster brother, whose life I wanted to save, met his end more tragically than I had feared. I could feel my heart break in an instant. As I was overcome with despair, my vision slowly turned black. But just then, Adolpha began breathing again and woke up from his violent coughing. I couldn't believe my eyes. He wasn't dead. He was able to return to life from a culture infused with toxins. Both Capuchin and I gasped at the unexpected miracle. He is immune! Fucking called it! Either that or he's just like Adolpha and can regenerate. Because remember, Adolpha and Anku are tied together somehow. They are some way bound together by something. I used to think it was because they were the same person, but they might not. They might not be. But I do think they're tied together somehow. Looking forward to it, Rain. Am I pronouncing your name right, by the way? Is it Rain? Or Ryan? I don't know. Not only did he revive, but he's strong enough to push himself up from the floor with his knee. Rain? Yes, okay, sweet. Adolpha! I quickly grabbed hold of him before he could fall to the floor again. Despite going through the agonizing experiment, Adolpha survived and was now worried about me. Yes, So are you. Adolpha. I'm so glad you're alive. Adolpha was really alive. He didn't die. He was living and breathing with no sign of genetic mutation. I'm so sorry, Adolpha. I didn't know they were putting you through this. Don't worry, Rain. My go-to nickname when I was a preteen was Love for Darkness, so... No, specifically it was XX, Love for Darkness XX. So... We all picked cringe-ass names. I just left mine in the past. Oh god, I remember those times. No, I don't. I pretend. I try not to.
気にするな。お前が無事ならそれでいい。お前とリコリスの関係はそこの男から全て聞いた。次から次へと残酷な真実を突きつけられて辛かったな。
It was. I embraced Adolph with all my might, not wanting to let go. Hey, nice. Well, that's a positive then, at least. Seeing us both happy that we were alive.
なんだこれは。
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Wind Dragon, Kazeri.
実験が成功したのか。こんなにあっさりと。今までは失敗続きだったというのに。
遺伝子の拒否反応による細胞分裂の暴走も起きていませんね。
Yeah, but I think that's because Adolpha just is like that. Cappuccino and the others stared at us with utter disbelief.
流れ落ちた培養液の毒素含有量は。
実験前よりも減少しています。いえ、むしろ完全に浄化されたと言っても過言ではないほどの結果です。
The royal guard and the researchers in the laboratory began to murmur at once. Cappuccino stared at Adolpha and mumbled something to himself. For some reason, Adolpha's embrace around me tightened. Adolpha? I looked up to see a bead of sweat rolling down his forehead.
遺伝子の汚染と再生がうまく拮抗しているのか。いや、だが実験の内容や基本データ自体は他の死刑囚と変わらないはず。
If so, then how did he survive? If so, then how did he survive the experiment? Gee, I wonder why. Maybe he is just naturally immune.
被験体の詳細データを。
はっ。
An image of Adolpha was displayed mid-air so that Cappuccino could look at the details. Beside the image was a list of additional information. Cappuccino began to read the details that perhaps he overlooked the first time.
アドルフ、クーネ出身。身寄りのない孤児であり、保護された施設にそのまま入所。その後は自警団に所属。リライバー化の経歴はない。純粋な人間。年齢は21。
21, okay.
は ?21 歳。
Is that wrong? 21. Cappuccino let out a sound of surprise at the
お
number.
かしい。呪いの末期の段階で毒素に汚染されたんだぞ。なぜ培養液に放り込まれた時から発作の一つも起こ
Because
してい
he's
ない。
immune. Like I called it. Cappuccino muttered his thoughts aloud, and in the next moment, Adolpha went pale. Adolpha? It didn't seem like he could hear my worried voice.
はあこの違和感は何だ
He's immune.
あのリュカでさえこんな実験を行えば立ってはいられないというのに
The only other conclusion could possibly ever be Dendoku was right all the fucking along. Like I always am.
リライバー殺害計画における最大の障害となるのはクーネを守る
I'm not
優
always
秀
right.
な自警団たちだと思われ
But
ま
in this
す
instance, I am very sure. I am very certain at this point. I am correct. He is immune. Sorry, he is immune, not he is immune. He is immune. Shine. Shine upon me. No. He is immune.
特に警戒すべき実力者はイブ君、ヒューゴさん、そして団長であるアドルフ君です。特にアドルフ君は私とほぼ同い年ながら体力が衰えることもなく、今もなお武術の腕が成長し続けている。万が一にも戦闘が長引けば不利になるのはおそらく私の方かと。
Suddenly, Capuchin stared intently at the stone slate that controlled the equipment.
おいそこの信徒この男の染色体データを今すぐ私の手元まで送れ
Yeah, pretty much.
染色体ですか？
For sure.
得意体質でもないただの凡人だから確認の必要はないと教祖様自身がおっしゃったのでは？
いいから送れ次の実験体になりたくなければ早くしろ
はい今すぐに。
And the man quickly worked through the controls to send Capuchin another image. Capuchin moved his fingers across the stone to verify the information.
やめろ。俺の遺伝子なんか見て得られるものは何もない。
Lies, lies, lies!
時間の無駄だ。
Unveil your secrets, Adelpha.
それは私が見て決めることだ
Unveil? That's not how that's pronounced. Unveil. There we go. Unveil your secrets. Shut up. Words are hard. Adolpha held his breath. Capuchin quickly went back to checking the screen for the genetic information. He stared at the results without taking a single breath. Adolpha's like, fuck. Adolpha was keeping quiet and observing every movement Capuchin made. I had no idea what was happening, but Capuchin answered my curiosity soon enough.
驚いたよアドルフ君あたかも呪いとは無関係という顔をしておきながら
Yes. See, that's the thing. I'm super big on writing, right? My whole plan as a VTuber, I'm not sure if you're familiar I'm not sure if you're familiar with Folga Ovid, the previous Niji Sanji talent, but in the similar way where he had super in-depth written lore for his VTuber, I intended to do the exact same thing when I debuted back in shit. I think I think my first ever stream was 2021. Oh shit, I've been doing this for so much longer than I remember. But my initial thing was to have a whole story written, like to do like light novels full of my VTubers lore, and then I didn't do that. But like, I miss writing. I've gotten really bad at it.
君はこんなに重大な秘密を大事な妹に隠していたのか
So does he have Lycris genes as well then? That make him immune? I'm surprised, Adolpha, you maintained the stance that you were unrelated to the curse. Were you keeping the secret from your foster sister? I haven't seen Violet Evergarden. Doesn't seem like my kind of vibe, to be honest. But I've heard good things. Secret? Wait a minute.
セレス、俺は出会った時からずっとお前を
Maybe, yeah.
ひどい嘘で騙し続けてる。
I definitely wouldn't mind going through my lore and trimming some fat from it. Because my lore is very difficult to understand at face value.
お前を救おうとしなかったのはきっとその嘘を隠し通すための自己保身が働いてたからで。
Hiding the truth for your sake?
お前は俺の命を守るために呪いに挑むとそう言っていたな。だがお前がそんなことをする必要なんて。
Yeah. Was this about what he was trying to tell me back then?
黙れ。それ以上その耳障りな声をこいつに聞かせるな。
Adolpha tried to lunge at him, but his body was too weak from the torture he had been subjected to. The only thing he could do was listen as Capuchin spoke in a joyous tone. Seeing Adolpha flustered, Capuchin gave another sinister smile.
聞かせるな。
I mean, Renpy, from what I've heard, it's a visual novel. It's a game development tool made for visual novels. It's not too difficult to use, but you do need to know how to program, and I don't know how to do that. But yeah, I definitely know what you mean. I've definitely wanted to make some VNs in the past.
どうか何も言わず黙っていてくださいの間違いではないのかな。
True. I mean, visual novels don't need voice acting, but I totally get you. Capuchin then displayed the information he was looking at in the middle of the laboratory. He turned away from Adolpha and then suddenly asked me an unexpected question.
さて、ここでセレス君に復讐問題だ。この国の呪いはなぜ23年で我々の命を刈り取るのか。我々が説明した内容を覚えているかな？
It takes 23 years because it takes 23 years for the curse to progress that much. Huh? I had no idea why Capuchin was suddenly acting like Lucas and asking me a question like this. I did know the answer though. It was because of a mysterious toxin that affected all of our Pashel. It caused a mutation in our genes and led to eventual death. Everyone in the country was exposed to it from the moment they took their first breath. Oh no, you got the music down. The toxins contaminate and erode the 23 pairs of chromosomes, eventually leading to the person's death. According to the royal family, it's one pair of chromosomes per year, which is why the longer you get on, it's more deadly. According to the royal family, that was the true nature of the curse.
そう。いざ明かしてみれば存外単純な回だ。だというのに、我々やシアンが今までこんな簡単な事実に気づくことができなかったのはなぜだと思う？汚染されていないごく普通の人間の染色体の状態を誰一人として知らなかったからに他ならない。
Capuchin waved his hand in the air.
これがアルペシェル国民の標準的な染色体。我々は今までこの汚染された状態の染色体を人間の標準だと思い込んできたわけだ。だが汚染されていない人間の染色体はもっと美しい姿をしているのだよ。
I don't understand what you mean by beautiful. He just said that we didn't know what a normal person's chromosomes look like. How can you assume they're beautiful if you've never seen them before?
確かに数分前まではそうだった。
Yeah. That's what it is. Adolfo is just not... Yeah, he's just not affected by it at all.
だがたった今、その本来の姿をアドルフ君のおかげで知ることができたのだよ。
I have. If you've watched the Steins Gate anime dubbed, I cried like a motherfucker during that. J. Michael Tatum as Okabe, crying his fucking eyes out in that one episode where everything turns to shit, fucking got me. Although it is an older dub, so I guess that makes more sense because modern dubs have gotten maybe a little bit worse in my opinion in terms of quality of writing, but you know. Also, most video games that are from Japan are dubbed in English and are done pretty well, in my opinion. Ah, fair. I mean, if you play in Japanese, you also get Miyano Mamoru as Rintaro. As you get, as Okabe, you get Miyano Mamoru, so fair trade-off, to be fair. To be fair, completely understand. Yeah, well, I will say the main reason why a lot of English speakers think Japanese dubbing is better is because you don't understand the language. Trust me, as someone who maybe is not fluent in Japanese, but has been studying long enough, the lines are just as corny and kind of cringe in Japanese as it is in English. It's just English has a few more hoops to jump through, but yeah. Okabe Rintaro is voiced by Miyano Mamoru in Japanese, and he is like one of the greatest voice actors of all time ever, so completely fair, to be honest. Huh? Oh, good. Only now did I notice that Adolphus' head was lowered as if he was trying to hide his face.
やめろ。そこから先は言うな。
No. I'm sorry, Adolfo, I love you, but shut up. I want to know the truth. Tell me.
それは俺がいつか自分の口からこいつに告げるべきことなんだ。
I'm sorry, but people die when they are killed. That is a Japanese line. People die when they are killed, and just because you are correct does not mean you are right. I mean, okay, it's a bit of a low blow to pull out those Fate Stay Night lines, but they're fucking funny still. Capuchin's words were pressuring him. I could tell that Adolfo was slowly being cornered into submission.
何を白々しいこと。もしも国の呪いを解くことに成功したら、何食わぬ顔をして黙ったままでいるつもりだったろうに。彼女の秘密が暴かれた今、大事な家族同士、公平に
He's immune.
君の秘密も暴かない。
Capuchin once again waved his hand across the air to control the screen.
セレス君、君に国内初となる貴重な資料を見せてあげよう。
For me, my favorite dubs are Steins Gate dub. I'm also a big fan of Ouran High School Host Club dub. I love Ouran's dub. Ouran's dub is so good.
これこそが
Shut it, bitch. Adolpha, I'm gonna learn the truth.
毒素に汚染されていない人並みの寿命を持つ人間の正しい染色体の姿
Oh, it's a bunch of
他でも
tiny
ない
X's.
君の兄アドルフ君からもらったものさ
Huh? I still don't get why he's thinking this is such a big deal, though. Ghost Stories is a good example, yeah. Capuchin seemed to freeze time itself. My mind passed through the words he spoke, one at a time in an attempt to understand. I had lived beside him for years. All that time he was actually a different being from the rest of us? So, Adolpha. He has these chromosomes in him, which means... He's either a rare case born... He's either not born on Arpachel, as in he was foreign, and he crashed here somehow, or he was just born immune with normal untouched chromosomes. What? Ouran High School Host Club is so good, though. It is so good. It is peak reverse harem. It is peak. It is the reverse harem of all time. Next to Fruits Basket. It's a reverse. Oh, boo! You so lame. It is the peakest peak of shoujo, right next to Fruits Basket. Sag. Oh, boo. Tomatoes. 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 Host Club is so good. It's so good. He was far ahead from dying ahead of me.
そう君の予想通り彼の
He is
正
immune.
体は
He didn't have the mutated genes unique to those who lived in this country, and he wasn't affected by the curse. His existence was something out of a fantasy, being able to live longer than 23 years without needing to become a reliver.
外界より流れ着いた第二の漂流者
But again, I don't understand why this is such a big deal. I mean, I guess. Just like I won't play Love and Deep Space. How dare you? How? I mean, I guess no, that makes sense. That's fair. But like, Love and Deep Space is also so fucking good. I have spent so much money on that game. And I have been so close to streaming it. I just can't be fucked changing my protagonist, my MC's name. Because my MC's name in Love and Deep Space is currently my IRL name. And I'm too lazy to change it. So I don't dox myself on stream. That is the only reason I have not streamed that game yet. I mean, that's fair. Love and Deep Space is very much... It's an Otome. I mean, Love and Deep Space is an Otome game. It's very big dating romance game. I mean, that's fair. Like, okay, that's fair. Because no way in ever-loving shithell am I playing a Call of Duty game. No way in the ever-loving shithell am I playing Call of Duty or Modern Warfare or any other dumb shooter game like that. I'm not playing I'm not playing CSGO. I'm not playing Valorant. I'm not playing the other Valorant that people play. What's it called? I don't give a shit. I'm not playing Call of Duty. I'm not playing Modern Warfare. I'm not playing whatever the fuck else games there are like that. Like that, those are my, I'm not gonna touch them. I don't give a shit. So that's fair. We all have those games that were just like, nah. Nah. Call of Duty just sucks. I'm sorry. That was harsh. But nah, I'm sorry. I don't enjoy dad games. I just nah, I don't like those games. I think they're lame. But that's just me.
死神の介入を受けぬ。この国の外で生まれた。正真正銘正しき意味での。
He was born outside of the country. Yeah, so that must mean he must have been on like a shipwreck or something that crashed. And that's where Salome found him.
普通の人間だ。
Chapter 5, 5, 6, 7. So, Chapter 5, Chapter 6, and Chapter 7. We've got 3 more chapters left. Man, do I want to keep playing or not? I'm not sure. It is a dad game. I'm sorry. Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, FIFA, Madden. Those types of games, those are dad games. They're the games middle-aged white dads play. Hence, they are dad games. It's fair. Adolfo Perry. I want to play more. I felt like a complete outsider living in this
そろ
country.
そろ私も寿命かしらね。お金はないし、諦めるしかないのかしら。
ただいま。ようやくリダイバーになることができたよ。
A Korean man returned home just a few days after his death like nothing happened. They were terrifying. The people of this country treated death as though it meant nothing. I mean, I guess I can concede the OSD is probably okay. I regretted from the bottom of my heart that I ever drifted to a place like this. So yeah, he crashed. He was on a ship that crashed here somewhere, somehow. My mind was spinning. I wasn't even sure how much time I needed to fully understand what was happening. Adolfo is the second drifter. A person who came from outside the country? He was so healthy he never once exhibited symptoms from the curse. He never died, no matter how close he was to me. He told me before that I didn't need to bother getting rid of the curse for him. It wasn't because Adolfo was just lucky or possessed unique powers. Everything was because the curse doesn't affect him at all. Again, I don't see this as some sort of mega big betrayal. For me, it makes sense to keep this secret because if it was public and everyone knew about it, he would get researched on. Adolfo still had his head down and didn't refute Capuchin's words. But he was clenching his fist so tightly that I could see the strength that he had still in his body, despite being submerged in toxins. His very state was evidence of what Capuchin said was true. I very much appreciate the suggestion, but I am never touching any of those games ever. With love. I say this lovingly. But no. No. I'm sorry. Those types of... I'm never... No. I'm sorry. But no. Those are my games I'm never gonna touch, even though people tell me they're good. I'm sorry.
呪いで死なないという自覚があったということは君21歳というのは大嘘だね
Oh yeah.
実際に23年以上生きなければ
Oh, he could be older than he says. That's okay. I mean, like, the thing is, right? You don't have to fucking like everything, right? You don't have to like everything. You don't have to like everything. There are absolutely things you cannot like. The only problem is when you take that dislike and start shitting on people who do like that. Like that's the thing, right? That's where it's bad. Someday you'll get me to play one day. How about this? When I do a subathon, Skyrim will be on one of the rewards lists. Eh? We'll be a tier of that list, you know? But yeah, back to that. You can not like things. You're allowed to not like things. I don't like rap music. For the most part. I don't really like hip-hop music. I really don't like country music. Country music is just not my thing. Rap is typically not my thing. What other genres of music I don't like? I'm not fond of death metal. I like metal, but death metal is a bit too much for me. Like, you cannot like things. Not liking something only becomes a problem if you start harassing, bullying, and shitting on other people for liking the thing you don't like. That is the only time not liking something becomes a problem. Also, sorry, Kaze, I didn't see that. Thank you for the biddies with that message as well. Exactly. Like, you can be sad or upset that someone doesn't like something you like. That's fair as well. Like, if you're chatting with someone and they mention that they don't like something you like, you can be sad by that. You could be like, oh. But then you'd be like, okay, that's fine. Like, you can be like, oh, okay, for like a second, and then you move on. Don't shit on someone for liking something you don't like. And if someone likes something you really don't like something that makes you go, ugh, then you block them. Like, if it's on Twitter and you see someone posting about something you don't like, that you're like, oh, then block them and move on. I mean, to be fair, that used to be better advice when Elon Musk hadn't fucking ruined the way blocking and muting things on Twitter works, but for the most part, blocking and muting is how you can avoid seeing shit you don't like on Twitter, online. Like, Curate your own space. Fandom etiquette. Yeah, that's basically it. Fandom etiquette 101. Don't like, don't engage. Block and mute. Move on. Curate your own timeline. Shit's not that fucking hard. You know? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Exactamundo, my friends. Like, for example, right now, Virche Evermore. We are playing a game that a lot of people are not gonna be into because of the themes of it. That's fine. Just don't shit on me for liking it, and that's it. Oh, you gotta go? I mean, yeah, you did say it was quite late for you. But thank you for popping in. Yeah, absolutely. Stay safe. No worries, take care. Stay electrifying, Rain. Bye-bye. Yee.
だったらなんだって言うんだ。
Right back at ya. Adolfo finally admitted that Capuchin's accusations were true. I'm probably gonna finish up soon as well. We've been streaming for almost 3.5 hours, and I need to go toilet. Adolfo's throat tensed up when he heard me say his name. His voice was filled with hopelessness. His voice was filled with hopelessness that didn't sound anything like earlier.
素晴らしい。まさかこんな短期間でこんなにも希少な検体が手に入るとは。
Oh god, Capuchin, stop being creepy. Challenge impossible?
やつも喜んでくれるだろう。やはり天はシアンではなく、私を愛し、味方しているに違いない。
Capuchin laughed with joy. Oh, I hate you so much. But in the next moment, his expression changed back to his usual seriousness.
呪いが効かない上、どういうわけかあの男の細胞への拒否反応もなかったとなると、これは使えそうだな。
But that also means, yeah, Adolfo has really nothing to do with Anku then. Okay, well that goes my theory about them being connected somehow. They just straight up have no connection at all. Okay, I mean that's fine. The moment Capuchin waved his hand, the royal guards and his followers quickly.
使い捨てのつもりだったが、予定変更だ。第二の漂流者と分かった以上、君には私たちに先立って不老不死を実現させるための被験体になってもらおうか。代償として人としての姿は失うかもしれないが、それはそれで一興だ。
What? Hearing my response, Adolfo, who had been keeping quiet, slowly raised his head.
被験体ね。どうせ拒否権なんぞないんだろうが。その前にカプシーヌ、交渉をしないか。
交渉？
この先セレスが受ける予定の実験を可能な限り俺に回せ。この条件を飲むのなら逃げも抵抗もせず全ての実験をおとなしく受け入れると約束する。
Adolfo, what are you saying?
お前は黙ってろ。
No, fuck you. Shut up. Of course I won't. Your conditions are... Hearing me try to stop Adolfo was deliberately misinterpreted by Capuchin.
そうだね。条件としてはいささか弱い。 実験のたびに暴れられるのは確かに困るが、せめてもう少し私たちに利益がなければ。
I think I'll probably go for another 5 minutes.
俺が覚えている外の国の技術についての情報も加える。どうだ？
Capuchin was impressed. He seemed to take an interest in the added condition.
いいだろう。しばらくはその時間稼ぎに付き合ってあげようじゃないか。普通の人間がいかなる生命なのか。どうか私が満足するまで。
Adolpha, number
付き合って
2,
おくれ。
the second drifter born in another country who found his way to Arpachel during his youth. He is older than 23 years old and impervious to the curse of death. So yeah, he's probably about 24 or 25 then. Capuchin ordered the soldiers to take the princess back to her quarters once her blood had been drawn. Adolpha and I were going to be separated again. I came to my senses and spoke out against it. Wait, Adolpha! Don't just go off on your own! I don't need you to—
セレス、反抗するときを間違えるな。
Adolpha calmed me with a low voice that no one else could hear.
俺とお前が同時に実験を受けたら身動きが取れる奴がいなくなる。もう一人助けたい家族がいるんだろ。
I couldn't object to Adolpha's reasoning. Once I was shown to the public, they would use me as a test subject. But if I angered Capuchin now, or if something happened to me, I would have no hope of saving Adolpha or Anko anymore, which is why he was sacrificing himself so that I could remain safe. Adolpha offered himself, knowing what needed to be done. I understood, but that didn't mean I agreed with him. Before I could tell him anything, the armored soldiers grabbed me by the arm and forced me to stand. They dragged me towards the door to the joint laboratory. Adolpha!
心配すんな。死ぬつもりはない。お前もしょっちゅう俺が丈夫だと口にしてるだろ。まあ、長年裏切っていた男の言葉
Oh, for God's sake, Adolpha. I think it's pretty obvious she doesn't give a shit that you're immune. That's not... Dumbass dickhead thinking he betrayed... He didn't betray shit! Come on! It makes so much sense why you would keep that secret in this fucking country. Before I could tell him that it wasn't true, the door ruthlessly closed in front of my eyes. Why? Why is he saying that? It was true that I was surprised by the revelation. I was also a little upset that he didn't tell me such an important thing sooner, but I've never once thought you betrayed me. Adolpha's life from then onward became nothing but torture. And with that happy-go-lucky note, we're gonna end stream. Imagine finishing on that fucking line. Yeah, from now on, his life is gonna fucking suck. Woo! Yeah. So yeah, on that happy note, oh, by the way, I didn't mention this again. I mentioned this right at the beginning of stream before you appeared, Kaze, but the reason why we don't have live today, the reason why we do not have live 2D today is because my dad's phone, that is super fucking old as shit, has finally started to croak and die, and he needs a new phone. So I have given him, probably temporarily, I think he intends to buy his own phone eventually, but I am letting him borrow the phone I use for Live 2D. I factory reset it for him So he's going to use that for now. I hope I'm gonna kind of like gently be like, hey, please buy your own phone eventually, maybe, so I can have that one back because I still use it. But for now, that phone is with him because, yeah, he's already taken out a $3,000 loan so that he can get a new car because his car crapped out. We're still in the stressful situation of trying to find a house to move to before September, and just with all that kind of shit that's been going on, I really just didn't want to have him stress out about buying a phone that works because his current phone isn't even taking calls. His phone is so old that it's literally only allowing him to make emergency calls. So yeah, he desperately needed a new phone. I was like, okay, well, technically speaking, the phone I have, I only use for streaming, for Live 2D. So yeah, that's why we don't have Live 2D today. But, it's okay. Thank you, Gaza. But, in saying that, I do have the Live 2D app on my current phone. I do have it on my current phone. I was too lazy to set it up today because yeah. So we will probably be going back to Live 2D with my current phone. It's just because, yeah, I was just too lazy to set it up. But I do hope we can get that phone back eventually. Just because the iPhone 10's physical camera is actually better than the current ones for Live 2D. So yeah, there's that. But that's why we didn't have Live 2D today. But anyway, I am going to probably take a nap. I need to put on my clothes. I need to wash my clothes. I need to shower. I need to have a nap. All that shiz. But yes. Thank you for popping in today. Next stream will probably... There might be one on Sunday. Wait, no, there won't be. Never mind. Put on my clothes. I wash my clothes. Did I say put on my clothes? Is that what I said? I meant, well, I need to put my laundry on. That's what I meant. Did I actually say that? Did I say put on clothes? I meant put my clothes into the washer. I meant put my clothes into the washing machine. I washed my I promise you, I stream while wearing clothes. I don't stream naked. I promise you. I meant I needed to put my clothes into the washing machine and wash them. I'm trying to rush because I really need to pee. I really need to go toilet. But yeah, that explains. Sorry. Okay. Until next time. I'm sorry. Okay. Sometimes I stream without pants on, but that's as close as you're gonna get. I'm sorry. But, okay. Until next time, stay electrifying, and I'll zap you later. Bye-bye.